Oh my goodness. You are starting to realize that you no longer need anybody else's validation or approval for the path and the journey and what you're creating here on this world, on this earth. And in the past, you may have had people who have considered and interpreted you maybe as crazy for the things that you think about because you're a pioneer in your little community, in your area. You're the unique one allowing yourself to shine. And you may have been interpreted as a little teeny bit crazy because now you're starting to realize that they didn't truly believe. And it's not that they didn't believe in you. It's that they didn't believe it's possible for themselves. They didn't think that way of life, that type of freedom, abundance, and being able to just do whatever you want. Because you are meant to live a life where if you want to go and travel, you can go and travel. If you want to go buy a nice electric car to help the environment, I mean, I don't know how good the batteries are for the environment, but you get my point. You are meant to have this amount of freedom to choose what you want to have. If you want to start a business, you want to start another business, you are meant to have those resources and be in that full abundance. Not someone who doesn't know how to gather information, how to gather resources, how to start a business. You are meant to create. And the people around you who are not in that category or subject that they're not excited about, it's because they don't believe it's possible for them. They don't even think about it as a possibility because they're not even interested. Except I guarantee you that they have something on their plate that they're interested about that they don't want to share. And I had a friend a little bit ago, like 4 or 5 months ago, told me, I saw him, we met up, and like we just happened to meet actually, and he told me how he wanted to start something and right now he has the time to do it. And I'm like, well, what is it? What is something that's exciting you and you're passionate about? And I'm like, I do life coaching, so it's okay. And he's like, I got all these ideas and things, and I got something like specific. And I'm like, all right, well, what is it? And I'm like, and he just kept kind of like putting it off. He didn't want to tell me. And I'm like, dude, you got to tell me what it is for me to know. Because like, do you realize that you what you're incorporating right now is this block and fear? Why are you struggling to tell me this? And I haven't seen this person in a long time. And then he admitted, he's like, because I'm worried about what people will think of me. I'm worried about the ideas that I have. It's profound. It's not new. I don't really know how this can support my family. And I'm like, that's exactly the thing. Are there other people in this area that you were interested in that have made a living out of it? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so what's stopping you from being another? Why not you? And he's like, well, it feels like it's a lot of work and blah, blah. It's like, well, do you think that they didn't have a lot of work? Do you think that those people also didn't go over hurdles of their family or friends or people expressing their opinions of how it's not possible? Not that it's not possible for them, that it's not possible for themselves. Because I guarantee you talk to a rocket science, an engineer, or someone who's devoted their life to like some kind of science and like, it's kind of nerdy and like focused in that area. No offense to anybody. I know plenty of smart people that, that are in scientific fields that dabble in other things and are also excel in it. And many people though, like hold themselves back because they're like, I don't believe in that. I don't think it's possible for me. They just like don't give themselves the opportunity. And you are someone who leads by example, because it doesn't matter where you are right now in this moment. It matters that you accept it. It matters that you realize this is the wherever you're at is always a new foundation, is a step that you're meant to be at, because there's something here for you to learn, whether if it's letting go of the blocks, the fears, other people's opinions, because you don't need their validation and approval anymore. You know this. And now you know that they don't think it's possible for them. And that's why people express things that seem like they don't believe in you, because they don't actually believe it's possible for them, or they're not even interested. And if anything, they're looking at you like You're growing lobsters out of your freaking ears. and you're not growing lobsters out of your ears. I was just going off on a tangent here, and then I cut myself off because I wanted to share that part. Where was I at? Okay, let's bring back the energy. There's plenty of people who will stop themselves from trying things out. And you're not one of them. You're here to lead by example. And your mission here on earth, because you have a gift, is to shine as the unique you as you are. It's everybody's mission. We allow society's norms or constructs, the cultural societal hypnotic mechanism to keep us stuck in a place. Stuck like Chuck in the back of a pickup truck. You ever see that stuff? Dude, it's stuck there like clay. Like you gotta, especially one that you use for farming, put soil or like wood chips in the, yeah. Point is, you know this. Because if other people who aren't in full celebration of who you are, of your fullest expression of self, they're not meant for you. Sayonara, motherfucker. Let them go. They're not here to assist you in your highest timeline. Sometimes it's okay to allow people, places, and things to fall apart and leave. I had a whole divine storm happen a year ago. And everything that was no longer in alignment with the life that I wanted, that's what it takes to go to your new life. You have to get rid of your old life. People, places, and things that aren't assisting in that new endeavor of yours. And then eventually you'll find out who your real friends are. You find new people. The universe will provide you the resources. Your spirit guides, God, source, creator will move heaven and earth for you to start taking more steps. And once you're done with the step that you're in, that foundation phase, that next step will open. The next step will be there, and it'll be a door, right? And then you'll see the stone there where you have to take that next stepping stone. But you have to walk through the door, and only you can do that. And sometimes you may get comfortable here in this now moment, in this current step, just because you achieved it. And that next step sometimes brings up those blocks, those fears. That's your ego saying, hey, we're comfortable here. I don't know what the unknown is like, because now I have to experience an ego death and grow and expand again. And your ego is holding on to dear life. And egos aren't a bad thing. It's just who you are in this moment. It's your human construct, ego, and it always changes and evolves every time you walk through a new door. And your ego wants to stay in the safe, familiar space instead of stepping into the unknown. And when that door opens, once you're done your step here, you have to keep taking action consistently to take that next step. And be excited to what shows up there, whatever resources, people, places, and things. And again, last year when I had my divine storm and everything crumbled apart, it was for me to start building a stronger foundation. I wasn't able to talk like this on camera. I wasn't able to express this freely. I was triggered by other YouTubers that did this stuff. Not triggered. I listened and I loved it. And I was like, I want to do that. But then like sometimes I'd be triggered by other ones that really were expressing their full energy and like excited and stuff. And like, you know, they sound a little kooky, and they even admit it. Like they sound a little kooky to other people. But it's like, I didn't think that. Some of the stuff they speak about, it's like, I know. I've known since birth. It's been my divine birthright to know certain information. So it's like, and so has it been yours. And I was triggered by them because I wanted to show up this way, because I wasn't showing up in the world the way they were. So sometimes you will also trigger people, and you're going to repel people. And sometimes you're going to also expose people. As long as you keep showing up as a unique version of yourself, you will expose them to what's possible. And how selfish would it be of you to not allow them the opportunity to see what's on the other end, to see what next step they can take. You know, I used to want to get my nails painted and stuff, and like get them done and have like cat claws. And I always thought it was so cool, and I never did, because I'm supposed to be a man, big and tough, biceps, you know, curls for the girls type stuff. You know, And like one day I was at a store with a girlfriend at the time, and she's my ex now, and this guy had these like his nails painted and stuff, and he looked freaking dope AF, and I'm like, dude, I want to do that. And so I just started doing it, and it exposed me to like, you know what, it looks cool, I like it, but I had to let go of that, well, and not but I had to let go of that block, that fear of what are people going to think of me. Are people going to start questioning my sexuality just because I have cat claws and stuff? Yeah, probably. So what? People are going to always have some kind of opinion no matter what you do. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. People will always have something to think about you. And at the end of the day, when they go to bed, they're not even thinking about you. They're thinking about their own problems. Their own problems come up. So if anything, you are a loving interruption to their problems. And an exposure to what's possible. I mean, right now I have like coffin-shaped nails, kind of. I need to file them. However, like this one, I know. Yeah, this one broke off the other day. Well, like last week. Anyway, you get my point? It doesn't... Man, it was 11:11 on the timer right now. It doesn't matter if people look at you like lobsters are coming out of your ears. What's important is that you keep shining, and you know that you do not longer need their validation and approval, because you're giving that to yourself, and you're realizing that. You're realizing that you're staying true and living your truth. And when you repel those that aren't meant for you, great, you're going to attract those that are, because you're being a certain version of you, and you know this, and you're starting to see a reflection of it. The deeper you allow yourself to express yourself how you are, in kind ways, in loving ways, in unconditional loving ways, the universe will unconditionally support you and your beliefs and what you determine to be real about your reality. There are certain rules. Okay, I'm not just, saying you're going to start flying all of a sudden. There are certain themes you decided to experience here on Earth. And if the collective consciousness did accept flying as possible, then we'd probably all be flying. Except sometimes it's actually your reality. You live in a parallel reality that you've created, so it depends on your level and your vibration, how you're being is what's going to open up doors to different parallel realities. To realities where the collective consciousness does decide to fly, because everybody's in an unconditional loving place of creation. So you have to decide who you want to keep being and how you want to show up and how you want to expose others to the uniqueness that you are, because that is your mission, that is your purpose. You follow and do the things that excite you the most at any given moment. You always just pick that one thing that excites you more than the other, and the things that you're passionate about, and you will figure it out. Just like that buddy of mine, I told him straight up, like, if there are people that have done it, there is a blueprint. And you're going to have to keep taking consistent action. This isn't just like, oh, sit on the couch and meditate and can I get a hot tub? That's not going to happen until you're at that level. Until you're at that level to get, can I get a hot tub and people can start flying, then that you're in that reality. But it does not happen until you click the button, until you make something happen. Physical reality responds with physical reality. Taking consistent, aligned action to the version that you want to be. Do and have the life that you deserve. Okay? So if you watch this on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. Much love to you. I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comments below. I love reading comments, especially when I'm helping people. Yeah, so have a wonderful, magnificent day, and much love. Peace out.